All right, let's dive into one of those questions that's so obvious you probably never even thought to ask it. It's a fun little puzzle that mixes up sports, language, and a bit of geometry.
I mean, seriously, have you ever just stopped and thought about that? We all call it a boxing ring, but it's a square. It's not just some weird little language quirk, though. The real reason actually tells a super fascinating story about how sports evolve over time.
And that's really the heart of it all. The shape itself was born from pure practical strategy, but the name, well, the name is kind of like a stubborn ghost from the sport's past. So let's break down this little battle between function and tradition.
Okay, so first up, the strategy of the square. It's all about those corners.
Here's the key idea. A circle is a shape of constant flowing movement, right? There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to get trapped, but a square? That's a whole different game. It's more like a map, full of opportunities and dangers.
Think about it. A corner is literally a trap. It limits an opponent's escape routes and lets a fighter really control the space. You can pivot off a corner to create all new angles for attack, for defense. A circle just doesn't offer that same kind of tactical depth.
Exactly. For a boxer, those four corners become these crucial tactical zones. They're not just the boundaries of the fighting area. No way. They're the spots where fights are won or lost. The square shape literally adds a whole new dimension to the sport.
So if the square is so darn strategic, where did the name ring even come from? For that, we've got to take a look back at the history books.
The name is basically a fossil, you know? It's just left over from a much earlier, way more chaotic version of the sport. It comes from a time way before the formal rules and arenas that we all know today.
You can almost picture it, right? In the early days, you didn't have ropes. A crowd would just form a circle, a human ring around the two fighters. So later, when the sport got more official and they brought in a raised square platform, they adopted the better, more strategic shape. But that old name? It just stuck.
So it really just boils down to this. Practicality chose the square, but good old-fashioned habit kept the old name. Language can be incredibly sticky like that.
Okay, let's put it all together and get to the final answer.
And there you have it. It's a square for strategy, you get that tactical advantage from the corners, and it's called a ring because of history, because the very first arenas were just circles of people. Two totally different reasons for one very confusing name. And here's the perfect little summary. It's called a ring because of history, but it's a square because fighters like corners. It's this awesome little contradiction just born from the evolution of a sport. So next time you hear boxing ring, you'll know it's not a mistake, it's a little piece of living history. Kind of makes you wonder, huh? What other everyday contradictions are we all completely overlooking?